When I'm on new projects, and if I happen to mention that I have a son, the immediate response is, what does your husband do?
When I've corrected somebody in saying, asking what my partner does, and they've said, what does he do? And I've said, oh no, she. They've then said, oh sorry, I didn't realise you were a lesbian. To which I've replied, no, it's okay, I'm bisexual though. And then they said, oh, so you're greedy. And I'm like, I didn't really know what to say.
I'm doing some voice therapy at the moment, which can take at least 3 to 4 years in order to train my voice. I've been told try and avoid, if I can, any telephone conferences, which obviously is very, very hard in the IT world.
I was talking with a colleague one day about adoption, children, the costs of surrogacy, and somebody was passing by and they went, why would you want to buy, why do you need to buy a baby? You're engaged or married, you're married, aren't you? I always assumed that you had a wife. I was like, yeah, I am engaged, but to a man.
There, of course, have been times when someone will ask what my wife does or what my wife's hobbies are, and I will have to correct and say, my husband's hobbies are, or my husband is.
So one colleague I was speaking to, I was talking to him about something I was doing at the weekend, and I said, no, my wife did this, and he said, oh, no, you didn't say that, you meant my husband. And I said, no, my wife. And he went, no, and I carried on the conversation. I said, well, then my wife said this. And he said, oh, you said it again, you meant husband, you said your wife. I went, no, I meant my wife. And then anyway, then my wife said this. And he said, oh, no, you said it again, you meant, I said, no, I meant my wife. And he went, oh. And then we carried on. But he wasn't trying to be mean, he just didn't really know what to say.
And then I have to go into a whole explanation about, no, I'm gay, I don't have a husband, etc., etc. And it normally ends up being a little bit embarrassing.
Normal calls aren't constantly misgendered, which I've just got used to, but within Capgemini now, obviously Skype helps with the photo. That obviously does help a lot. But if it wasn't, I think if it wasn't for the photo, I would be misgendered quite a lot, I think, on the calls.
Their kind of face just dropped, and they were, oh, okay, and they kind of ran off. It was funny at the time, and they came back to me afterwards and kind of apologised, saying, oh, I didn't realise. But I think it's important not to make those assumptions, and also not to run away with in terms of half-heard conversations and jump to conclusions about people there.
At a previous employer, I got to the point of never mentioning my sexuality. After a specific mention in a room one day where it really changed the atmosphere in the meeting, I decided it wasn't best for the people around me or for me to have that sort of cloud floating over us. And it really did change my enjoyment of that role and working environment.
And it's interesting in that I've never received any feedback other than people feeling bad that they've had to put me in a situation to correct them.
Being out at Capgemini is not really a problem for me in the office here. But whenever I visit a client, I'm hosting a workshop or a demonstration, I'm always thinking about whether I talk about my boyfriend or what I did at the weekend in an informal question. And it's that extra step of thinking and whether or not the client's got a preconception about me that is a step that I'd love to see disappear from my day-to-day work.
What's opened my eyes is what I've learned being part of Out Front. It has taught me what perceptions people have, not just of gay people or LGBT employees, but about anything that's different, whether it's gender, culture, appearance, and it's helped to make me question myself, question my own biases, and question how I interact with people to make sure that I am being sensitive, I am not assuming, and I'm also giving that person the ability to be who they are, regardless of what that is.